Last day in St. Louis, and we're at Busch Lakes 33. Of course, we're gonna hunt some crap eye for dinner maybe, and then we're gonna be going after the gato fish. So let's get our baits out. Hopefully we can catch a big one. Decided to move on the other side of Crat Run Lake. And I do this because generally if there's a strong wind like there is today, I want to fish on the side that the wind is blowing towards. And that's because a lot of the smaller fish are going to be pushed to this side, which means the bigger fish are generally going to follow. So if there's a strong wind on a lake, you do actually want to fish on the side that the wind is blowing towards and not on the side that the wind is blowing away from, because I think I just have a lot better luck if I fish towards the side that the wind is blowing towards. So let's try to get this bait out there without it falling off, and hopefully let's get a fish. You don't have to lob it out that far, especially if the wind is that strong, because the smaller fish are going to be pretty much towards shore anyways, and the bigger fish are probably going to follow. Plus, this lake is pretty congruent in terms of shape, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm just going to get all my baits out there and hopefully get a big gato fish. All right, guys, let's try to catch some bait, because I feel like I'm just going to get inundated with dinky channels soon if I keep that out there. It's very, very difficult for me to actually bait fish in the wind, because the bobber obviously doesn't like to stay in one place here. And I can't really tell if oh, there's one. All right, got myself a bait. All right, I'm going to put it on the big pole. I don't know if I'm going to launch it out there for the flatheads, actually. I probably should just use cut bait altogether, but I think I'm going to get like one or two more before I think I'm going to get one or two more of these fish before I go fish for some crappie. There you go. Nice Mr. Bluegill that's going to be used for bait. I believe I've got a fish. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a fish. I just hope it doesn't get me snagged. I've got one. It's not, I don't think it's horribad, but there you go. It's a fish. It's a gato fish. It is, oh, it's a channel, yeah. Tiny little channel. Not too bad, not too bad. Got myself the channel gato fish. Not really the one I was looking for, but a channel catfish. Definitely gonna start using the bigger bluegill as bait now. All right, gato fish, see ya. All right, this bluegill's gonna go out and get me some glorious catfish. All right, Mr. Bluegill, it's your turn to shine. That's about as good as I'm gonna get it today, I guess. I don't know, actually. Might wanna try to get it a little bit further. If it dies, it doesn't really matter all that much if it dies, actually, because catfish will eat dead fish as well, so whether it lives or dies is kind of completely irrelevant. All right, that's about the best I'm gonna do in this wind, unfortunately. So that's gonna be Mr. Bluegill. Hopefully a big flatty comes and picks it up. I need to get more bluegill now for cut bait, because that was my live bait. Well, I think I'm just gonna fish for crappie now. I got bait on all three of them. I would like a little bit more bait, but I wanna fish for some crappie. I don't know how good it is gonna be in this wind though. So I don't really have too much, I really don't have too much luck fishing in huge wind for any kind of fish, including bluegills and crappie. Hopefully I can get a couple. These are the crappie beds here. I have caught a lot of crappie here before. Finally got one out of the casting. I don't know if it's a bass or a crop. I think it's a bass. Yep, got myself a bass. Largemouth bass. Not a big one though. Just a small largemouth. And not too bad. Yeah, got one. Got a bass. Small largemouth. Nah, he's like 12. Probably just gonna take a picture and then let it go. All right, bass. Largemouth, small one. Not a keeper, but a decent bass. All right, let's get back to fishing. All right, let's let this guy go. He's pretty healthy. There you go. Oh, no, can't do that, The other way, there you go. All right, that was a good bass. And maybe Hopefully a big catfish will bite in the next 5 minutes or so. Maybe I can get a crappie too. Maybe, maybe not. But seems like a decent time right now to fish. Keep on running into my other line, but hopefully I can get another one before it gets too dark, because then I have to go home. All right, that's a big enough catfish to actually hook on. Just got make sure it doesn't get off. That actually feels like a flathead. I have to make sure it doesn't get stuck in the wood. It doesn't feel too much like a channel. Channels usually zoom, but it could just be trying to go down. It doesn't feel insanely big, but oh yeah, I finally got one after all this time. Finally got one. I'm just out of bait now, but whatever. Yep. It's not a big one. It's like 5 pounds maybe. That's a good catch for a day. Probably like 5-6 pounds. I was hoping for that giant flathead, but I'll take this. I will take it. Channel gato fish. Probably like 5-6 pounds. Biggest thing I've caught so far at Busch Lakes. Actually probably a little bigger than 5 or 6. Maybe like 10 or so. Yep. 6 pounds, channel gato fish. All right, just a couple more minutes here. Let's see what we can get. All right, 6 pure pounds of channel gato fish. First good fish I've caught here. Excited about this fish. Excited about this fish, so, but we're gonna let him go. There you go, channel gato fish. Swim right in that rock, fish. And then get confused before you swim out into the deep end. There you go, fish. All right, that fish had some gato-ness in him. But let's see if we can get one with just as much. All right, like 5 more minutes and then I'm headed home. But hopefully we can get another one. Well, that's gonna do it for today, folks. I gotta go home for dinner. Returning to Wisconsin tomorrow, so this will be the last video you see of me in St. Louis for a while. And Wisconsin should be warming up in a week or two, so we'll be after the gato fish and the bass again soon. It's gonna be probably cold until next Thursday, but a good last day here at Busch. Didn't catch the crappie I want, but I did get a channel gato fish. Well, one small one and one decent sized one at that 6 pounds one. And that is my first decent sized channel at Busch Lakes. So accomplishment today. So like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.